Hey guys, the Explorer of Horror here. Welcome back to some more reviews, and welcome to my review in the 1965 Hershel Gordon Lewis film, Color Me Blood Red. Gets a 5.1 on IMDb, and like I said, is directed by Hershel Gordon Lewis. We are continuing our adventure with this director, and I know I skipped a couple movies along the way to get to this movie. But believe me, they will be talked about again. I'm hoping to do a big, giant Hershel Gordon Lewis live stream where I talk about all of his movies. I still have to see quite a bit of them, and some of them I just stopped watching just because they were just that bad, to where I was like, I'm not even going to finish this. But whenever I do see more of his films, the only one I'm probably not going to see is This Stuff Will Kill Ya. Cause I started watching it, and it was like Moonshine Mountain all over again, and I was like, oh my god. And you'll hear Moonshine Mountain get brung up again in this review, but it was just like that movie, and I was like, I'm good. I don't want to sit through this kind of movie again, where it's a bunch of hillbilly, redneck people, and just talking like that the whole, I'm good. I'm freaking good. And you know what's crazy is he actually did a decent job with 2000 Maniacs. And it has a stereotype of the South. But it wasn't as annoying. I don't know how else to describe it. It wasn't as annoying as it was in This Stuff Will Kill Ya and Moonshine Mountain. Those movies are so annoying and made my ears bleed. But, continue with this review. Color Me Blood Red. I know that Hershel Gordon Lewis, I guess it took a minute for this movie to come out. It went through a lot of troubles with its release, so it took a minute for it to get finally released. Also, the lead killer, Gordon Osheim, is the same character. Well, he's a character from Moonshine Mountain. That's the first film he appeared in with Hershel Gordon Lewis. He's also the killer in that, and he's the killer in this. And he does a much better job in this than in Moonshine Mountain. Moonshine Mountain sucks, man. But he's a lot better in this. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2015. I think him and Hershel Gordon Lewis had like an argument or something. And so he wasn't on any movies after this for Hershel Gordon Lewis. At least I think so. He doesn't really have that many acting credits after this either. So I thought he did a pretty decent job as the killer. I mean, I wouldn't say it's up there with like Michael Rooker or Joe Spinell or anything like that, but I thought he did a fun, over-the-top job as this killer, utilizing his eyes a lot and just menacingly looking around. This guy is such an obvious killer in this movie. The fact that nobody guesses he's a killer is like showing how dumb these characters are. And they are. I hate the characters in this movie. That's like the biggest thing. That's why I can't say it's one of my favorites. I like the movie. I enjoy it. It's fun and all. But there's definitely some movies in this box set I enjoyed way more than this. And one actually came out before this called Scum of the Earth, which I was going to review, but I saved it for another, when I do the big live stream. It's not really a horror film. However, I think it's probably his best movie as far as direction and the story and the characters, and just, I thought it was an impressive film, Scum of the Earth. But this movie is a very simple plot. You have an artist who's working on his biggest painting yet. He's gonna start making money, getting famous, and he has to figure out his style. He has to figure out the missing thing from his paintings. And what he figures out is it's missing some blood. And I guess the redness, he can't get the right red color, uses some blood, and realizes that it's making his paintings look better. And so he gets crazy, starts killing people, and using their blood for his paintings. And that's essentially the rest of the plot, is him going around killing people, showing these paintings to an art exhibit, and them being blown away by them and saying, oh, it's great, fantastic. And he's going to have this big presentation, and there's a group of these really awful teen characters, which is why, like I said, it's not one of my favorite movies from him. I like the movie, I enjoy it, but my god, the characters, I didn't care about a single other person in this movie other than maybe this guy as the killer. He did a pretty decent, fun job as the killer. Everybody else in this movie is horrible. The acting is atrocious, and I get it. This is Hershel Gordon Lewis, and I shouldn't be expecting much. But in Blood Feast, it seemed kind of fun, and like it had a charm to it. Not Scum of the Earth, because I thought that had actually pretty good acting in it. But 2000 Maniacs, that's the same thing. It's just like a fun, sort of campy, the acting's bad, but in a fun way. Here, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I can't stand these other characters, these idiot teens. Most of them don't even get killed off, and it's just like, they're so irritating. I care about nobody else in this cast, and none of these other characters. So that's definitely a big flaw. This one's also a bit slower than Blood Feast and Scum of the Earth and 2000 Maniacs and all that. It's definitely more of a slower movie from him. So I think that's also the pacing's way off. But yeah, it's a fun movie though. I mean, you got some pretty decent deaths. Of course, them utilizing, going back and, utilizing what they did before, just utilizing slaughterhouse parts with red paint as the blood. You do have some decent death scenes. I think it's a fun movie. These reviews won't be that long, by the way, because there's not really much I can say about these films. Because they're very simple and to the point. This movie is an hour and 19 minutes. Yeah, it's a bit slow-paced, but at least it's not like another movie, A Taste of Blood, from Hershel Gordon Lewis, which I'll get to. That movie is like 2 hours long, and it showed that, no. These movies don't need to be 2 hours long. This movie dragged, and it was only an hour and 16 minutes. So you can imagine how I feel about A Taste of Blood. So I'll cover that on the Hershel Gordon Lewis live stream. I kind of want to save the rants for the live stream. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do that. But, yeah, I think KFC must have sponsored this movie or something. Because there's literally a scene where all these teen girls are hanging out and they're eating chicken, and they literally got the KFC bucket. Like, every single person has a little bucket of KFC chicken, and they purposely keep the logo like this on the screen, and they're just, constantly holding the KFC logo. And I guess that's what happened. I think KFC did help. I don't know if they helped fund this movie, but they were definitely a sponsor. Isn't it Coca-Cola as well? Coca-Cola is in this movie a lot too, where there'll be some Coca-Cola bottles on the sand on the beach, and you can clearly see they put the logos towards the camera. Sponsor. But yeah, that was bizarre. Definitely really bizarre that happened. But yeah, I guess it's sponsored by KFC and Coca-Cola. But yeah, I mean, it's straightforward. It's to the point. It's a simple slasher. I like the idea. I like the idea this guy is killing people, and the idea of this movie being about a guy utilizing the blood for the paintings, and that's why he's killing people. I thought that was a pretty decent idea for the film. Made it stand out a bit. And it's not a bad movie, not a great movie. I don't love it or anything. I'm going to give it probably a 2.5 out of 5, which sounds low. But for me, 3 and up, for me, is like all good ratings. Anything down, it can either be looked at as bad or just passable or okay. And I just give it a 2.5. It's just, for me, nothing I would give a 4 or a 5. If I give this movie a 5, man, I'd be like, whoa. What is going on here? But yeah, 2.5 out of 5 for me. I know a lot of people are big fans of it. I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was entertaining. It was short. So at least it was just easy to get through. But anyways, y'all, that's going to do it for my review on Color Me Blood Red. If you've seen the film, comment down below your thoughts on it. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts on some of these Hershel Gordon Lewis films. Kind of a cult fan base, so I'm always interested in hearing other people's opinions on these films. But anyways, y'all, That's going to do it for this review. I will be linking my letterbox and Instagram in the description box below. My bad. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, letterbox, see what I'm up to, the links are going to be in the description. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and the Explorer of Horror is out. Peace.